Hello, everyone. I will present today with data wrangling. Today, I will specifically see data and duplicate. This presentation is available in Analytics Hub as YouTube, and also you can get in GitHub. That means at my repository. So in this section, we will specifically walk through data reshaping. That means we will see is the data into longer format, as well as changing the data into wider format, and also we need to split columns or combine two columns. So we'll see how to combine, how to separate, how to get data into different formats. Longer data is very important, and usually we use in our daily analysis format. Also, sometimes the wider data is also important to do some statistics. So we will move on this one. So just we'll see on practical examples with R. So for this data, we need, for example, these packages, and one of the data I want to make long from breast cancer data. So just label this as a breast cancer long format, and I change into wider format. Into a longer format. That means are started with part and will be and also expect will be into a wider format. I will show you what I mean. So this is a breast cancer data. So for breast cancer data, this is the original data. So we have expected, you have participation at different columns. Rate is also at different columns as we see here. But when we go to for longitudinal, for large data, because of data, so it's very important to have shaping the data into wider and longer. So I'm saying just longitudinal because of that memory. So you see on measure, so we have participation, we have population here, we have rate here, and we have, for example, in population, we have their participants age, that means age group, one of the measure. So we have technically changed the data from wider format to longer format. That means population participation is coming as now a single variable. We see just some here data. Example, these are the top 10 observations that shows, for example, participation and population. And if we also do scale as well, let's make for the 10 observations. When we do the last 10 observations, this is our data. That means we have rate, especially in the first column in measure, we have rate, we have expected. So that means we have participation, population, rate, and expectation. So they all coming as one variable when we change into longer format. The other one is wider. Wider is also changing the data that we change it into longer to a wider format. Technically, we are changing. Previously, we sorted the data into columns. Now we are changing it into rows. So this is a wider data format. That pivot wider is one of the, that means pivot wider this verb. Now data is now changed. So from it's now become participation, population, rate, and expectation. So but previously all these four variables were in one format. That means in long column based, but now they become an independent variable. So this is one of the options that we do wider and wider as well as longer. It is really important. For example, if you work on repeated measure data, so we have survey 1, 2, survey 3, survey 4, survey 5. So we get a data, for example, for age or for sex or for marital status as a different survey labels. So to have two analysis, we need to change that data into a longer format by different surveys. It's really important in day-to-day data analysis and manipulation. So this is the code that we do for longer as well as wider format. The other thing we will learn from this presentation is also the data into splitting a column as well as merging a column. So for splitting a column, for example, this one, we're splitting age and age end. That means, I'll show you what I mean. For example, age was at the beginning, it was 15 to 70. We changed it like 15 to we change, that means we take the first 50 as one variable and the other 74, the end, as a variable. So this is age start, this is age end, and this is the start of the variables, and these are the end of the variable. The other thing is we can also combine these variables together. This is a code to combine them. That means we say combine, and in between we make a horizontal slash. So like for, so let's see how we get it. So now combined is coming like 50 to 70, 50 to 69, 50 to 54. This is one of the options that we may use in our daily data manipulation as well. The other we will see in this presentation will be duplicate identification. So when we work on data, there is a possibility of repeated measure on the same individual, and then we may be duplicate observations. So see how we use the techniques. So I read the data, that means patient CSCB, and I change the columns into lower. That means it was in uppercase at the beginning, so I'm changing to lower. And now I'm changing, also creating ID data as well. Is ID text. So I will create ID into a number, as well as I will create ID into a text form. So this text form is actually, we are extracting the first letters of the first name and first 4 letters. That means 1, 2, 2, 4, subtracting the first of last name, and also including a birth date, and each separated by line, as you see here. So creating ID is very important to link different projects. So this is one of the options to create an ID variable. So get our ID variable ready. What is the issue? So let's read our data, should work, and let's see our so now, for example, for the first 3 outcomes, we have Josh, Leonidi. This is one observation. The other is BN Eber 196806 is the other variable ID. This is also the other ID. So it's really important to create an ID of the individuals. The other is also we can create ID with numbers. So we can use random number generation, reproducible number. We use set seed, and then set seed for we have name, last name, and birth date. As I said, the ID text is we have first name, the first 4 letters, name, the first 4 letters, date of birth, and the ID numbers is a random number that is assigned for each individual. Anyways, we have 2 different options of ID. We can use text that identified by name, or the other is using number. I recommend number because of the sensitivity in ID with date of birth and individual's name. Anyways, our objective in this presentation is about how can we deal with duplicate observations. So we'll do some duplicate observations. Let's move here. I'm now duplicate observations, now counting the unique or distinct observations here. So record will give me total records n total. N total is number of rows per patient. This is a unique ID. So we have 124 individuals, total records or total rows, and of this 106 are unique records. So that means technically minus 124, it is 18 observations. So we can tag duplicate observations here, and then that means we can use arrange by ID, then group by ID, that means by individual ID, and then we can this row number to identify the duplicate observations. That means individuals that we are technically summing the row. So if their name is similar, then it will create a duplicate observations. Then after once we finish, we should say ungroup. Otherwise, we get an aggregated data. When we see the table, observation is as we observed before, it is 106 and are 18 observations. And the other is we can also print duplicates greater than 2 equal to, that means 2 or more are duplicates, then we'll get here. That means there are 18 duplicates. The other thing is also we need to keep, sometimes we need to explore the individuals who are duplicates. So can for example, n total means there are summing number of individuals who have 2. Means if an individual has duplicates, then they will have by default 2 in their row. So we are filtering the individuals who have duplicates. Some of the individuals who have duplicates are these individuals. For example, this individual have 2 duplicates. This individual, at the moment, I'm getting because we observed before there are only 2 duplicates per individuals. So this is really important to see and individuals who have duplicate and then see what is looks like. So then say the duplicates and we can remove all our and move to the next session. So this is all our duplicate observations and as previously noted, this presentation will be available in Analytics Hub, and also I will put the notice in my GitHub repository, all the notice with level of explanations, so you can have a look there, get more about duplicate observations. Thank you for your attention.